Hello, everyone. I'm Marty Chinesky, and today is August 2nd, 2021. I'm your host of the Local Sports Wrap-Up here at Wyandotte Cable, Channel 15, and YouTube, and Local Sports Wrap-Up. Today I'm flying solo, both my partners. Apparently, you saw that little writing at the beginning, Marty, Ken, and George. Well, it's just Marty today. Had a guest scheduled, but we had a family emergency. We were going to talk about the Taylor North Little League team, which has won the state title, and now they're going to go to the Great Lakes region and give it their best shot to move on to Williamsport, the 11 and 12-year-olds. Team's doing great. They outscoring they're slaughtering their opponents. 130-some runs to a dozen, maybe. They are catching the ball when it's hit to them, no extra outs. They're having a good run. They start play August 8th somewhere. I believe it's Indiana. Could be Illinois, but I think it's Indiana. They bring all the teams in there, and away they go. Wisconsin, Illinois, Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Great Lakes region. So good luck to Taylor North and the president of that league, Doug Cloutier. Good luck them. I do have my buddy Ken today. I got to have somebody here. Fall sports are moving full speed ahead. The Michigan High School Athletic Association Director, Mark Yule, is claiming. He is approaching the year thinking it'll be business as usual. All indications are full speed ahead. Summer training sessions were already ran for football, and what else would they be doing? They'd be doing maybe some soccer. And they resulted in no extra COVID-19 cases. So that being said, practice for all 7 fall sports begins August 9th. There'll be a quiz later on those 7 fall sports, so pay attention. Our governor, Gretchen Whitmer, has subsequent to CDC recommendations that there are no plans for ordering mask wearing in the state of Michigan. That's good, you know. All we can do is take the governor at her word right now. I know another strain of COVID's going rampant through the country, but our numbers in Michigan are pretty good compared to most. And so they're going to lay down the law before the season start, and they're going to probably stick with whatever plan they come up with. Mr. Yule has a plan. He says they're no longer limiting teams at sites like volleyball had to do and swimming had to do, where you could only have maybe 4 teams at a tournament. They're not limiting that anymore. And so have the ban on all scrimmages. So teams can actually prep for their seasons this year. In fact, boys and girls tennis starts 14 days from now. August 16th is the earliest competition can start on the Michigan High School Athletic Association calendar, which is right around the corner. We're 2 weeks out from all that. In fact, Wyandottes football team, their first game is the 27th of August. And we open the door with Allen Park, which should be a good matchup. It's a home game, and always nice to get your first game at home. Allen Park's no slouch. They're a solid team. It'll be interesting to see what we have going forward this year. Ron Adams, solid coach, got a solid staff, and he should really, I'm sure they'll be prepared. And they'll be starting them drills, even though they've been running drills, weightlifting drills mostly, on the football field the last few weeks. They take a 2-week break, and then August 9th they're going to fire back up, and they will, after that, 18 days after that, they got their first game. So go Bears. We like that. We had some softball was played. We've been off about a month, but really a lot of this stuff didn't come out till about a month ago. All Downriver League softball players were announced. and by your News Herald. Now, Allen Park and Trenton, Allen Park being state runner-ups, losing the last game of the season, they tied for first in the Downriver League, Allen Park and Trenton, and Allen Park had 5 Downriver League players, Maddie Ramey, Madison Houle, Morgan Sizemore, Faith Peschke, and Avery Garden. And none of those girls are seniors. There's 2 juniors and 3 freshmen. 2 sophomores and a freshman, my bad. So they're going to be solid. They're going to be solid for many couple of years to go, for sure. Trenton had 5. Lillian Velamont, Aaliyah Johnson. They were juniors. Gracie Rickman, Kendall Gearhart, and then a freshman, Annika Segedi. So they're also got some returning players coming back, which is always solid. Woodhaven had a couple, Gianna Cartret, Emily Wiltsey, and Emma Kaiser, and freshman Grace Usher, which, if some of your better players are some of your younger players, then you're definitely in good shape for the following year. Then you only have to fill a couple of spots as opposed to your whole roster turning over and you being, you got to go through the trial process. You got to rely on your JV coaches. You really don't have much choice. You got to throw some new girls in there and see what you get. Happens to me at bowling all the time. In fact, I lost 3 this year. Roosevelt, they finished 5th in the league. Their Downriver League selections were junior Katrina Caldwell and Madeline Duncan and a freshman Summer Gregoria. Congrats to those 3 girls. Good that they're returning. So Wyandotte may have a little more, maybe we can get the softball coach on one of these days. Me and him are tight, to say the least. As we say as coaches, when Ken used to be around, we always look for them to sign letters of intent. It's always a nice thing. Elena Jacobs, she was the 2021 MVP of Wyandotte Roosevelt basketball, and she signed to play at Henry Ford College. She plans to later transfer to Grand Valley State, and she's going to study diagnostic sonography. I think anything in the medical field, which I would assume that's in the medical field, you could be diagnostically sonogramming the earth and seeing what's down below there. That's not that far-fetched. But Elena, congrats, signing down the street at Henry Ford Community College. Good for her. And I would say they're pretty sure they don't have to make you live there. They might. Some research I can do when I can bounce it off. You know who'll know? George will know. If he's supposed to be back next week. Trenton had a player drafted by the Philadelphia Phillies in baseball. Mika Ottenbright, he was drafted in the 4th round. He was drafted in the 4th round of the first-year player drafts. He was solid. He hit .422 with 30 RBIs. He had 23 stolen bases, scored a bunch of runs. He was 7-1 on the mound. I'll be the first to say half them guys in the majors were pitchers when they were on their high school teams, and even if they specialized as a shortstop, they threw some innings. He was 7-1, struck out 95 batters in 54 innings of work. That's pretty impressive. Basically, 1 2/3 strikeouts, 2 strikeouts an inning. Pretty impressive stuff. He's 6'4", 190 pounds. And he was the 114th pick overall in the draft, which is really cool. That's why, he works out. Now, he can still go to college and play. He has signed a letter of intent at Michigan State. So he can certainly still go play there. And the Major League team will hold his rights for I don't know how many years but they can retain these rights. August 15th. They got 2 weeks. If he signs to play college and goes to college, then they lose him. He goes back in the draft 2 years from now, 3 years from now, whenever he's done with his college career. I mean, it's a big deal. You get paid to play, and if you sign you could sign a $500,000 signing bonus, and your parents are all set. And it's what if you get hurt tomorrow, you know? But then college, the experience of college, and now they're letting college players benefit from their likeness. So if he's if he's handsome enough, he can be on posters, and he'll get compensated. Or, you know, he may be the star of the team in college, and they might use him on the billboards. They might use him outside the stadium. All them kids now, if their likeness is used, they're allowed to be compensated. And for him, he might be the guy. But then again, you play to play. They've been Trenton's had some solid players. You know, J.J. Putz played from 2003 to 14. You know, he was a 1995 grad. Anthony Bass and Matt Shoemaker, they played for about a decade. Bass is currently with the Miami Marlins. So that's, I want to say congratulations to Mika, and we'll see where your big league career takes you. I know if you ever play in Detroit, you're going to have to get a lot of tickets for family and friends. That's how that works. It's always pack everybody in there. Let's talk a little fundraiser here for women's sports. The annual Sims Run is taking place. It's a Grosville tradition. It's been going on. This is the 19th annual. What it amounts to is that, where are we at here? Steve Sims was a school teacher and a coach at Grosville, and he unexpectedly passed away in 2003 of an aneurysm. So they've had this fundraiser, and it's a run. It's a fun run. It's a fun walk. It's a 5K run. So you can run virtually if you still don't like crowds. You can sign up for this thing. You can run from yesterday until August 20th and get your time in there. $30 to run virtually, and you get that coveted T-shirt that says you were there, which is cool. And the real race would be August 21st at Grosville High School, and it's a 1 mile. There's a 1 mile fun run, and then there's the 5K race. And all proceeds from the race, virtual or not, go to a scholarship given to the outstanding female athletes at Grosville High School. Over the years, more than $42,000 has been awarded through the race's history. You know, we always have Tom on talking about his fundraising for the girls. FASTA, yeah, female athletes. And, I mean, that's a great cause. The girls, I'll say it all the time, they kind of get the shaft sometimes when it comes to scholarships and sports in general. Title IX was supposed to fix that, but it's not always the same. We all know football rules, and all the money goes to football. So it's nice to see when they're raising money for female athletes, no matter which city. Our city does it, and they've got one going on here at Grosville. And it's nice to see. $30 for the virtual race. I mentioned that. And in person, if you're under 18, it's $20. If you're an adult, it's $25. If you wait to sign up on race day, it costs you $30, just like the other thing. Awards will be given out, medals, and all that good stuff. It's good cause, real good cause. Our swim team, our local swim team, speaking of raising money, they're having a car wash this Saturday, August 7th. The weather's supposed to be really nice, good day to come out, and from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. right here at the high school down the street. Stop by. Give them a donation. They'll wash your car for any amount. Give them $20. That'll help the cause. You know, they'll tell you they'll wash it for $5, but come on, $5 doesn't even get you a meal at McDonald's anymore. Everything's gone up. So they'll be out there washing cars, and if it gets busy, they'll probably be out there later than they said. They'll probably be out there later than 1 o'clock. Again, the weather's supposed to be really nice Saturday. Be a good day to get a car wash. And probably only take them 5 minutes. Probably got 10, 12, 20 people on your car at once, so we'll wash it in no time. Yak Arena, our local ice rink right behind us over that away. Wait, let me think. That away. I guess the ice is going up around Labor Day, and they've got the figure skating program is starting September 18th. You may sign up now. Obviously, you can go on the Yaks website and see what they've got going there. We do have a number on here, 324-7295, 324-7295, if you want to get some information. And their Learn to Skate program, same thing. It's going to start probably the first week of September after the ice is in. It's basically the I program. Mornings, Saturday mornings, and it's great to get your kids into if you want them to be the hockey player. Get them comfortable. Have them start walking around your living room in their skates right about now. It's August, so in 6 weeks they'll be really comfortable walking on that one blade all by themselves in your living room. It won't hurt your carpet. And that way when you get them on the ice, they're used to standing on that single blade. And if you don't believe it works, trust me, it works. My son was walking on his, had about a year and a half. Had tiny little hockey skates for him, and he was a good skater. Hockey just wasn't his passion. Good skater, so he took up refereeing, and he did an awful lot of that. He was more into that than he was ever into the hockey aspect of it, and he was a great skater. And referees have to be good skaters too. And he paid for a lot of his own stuff. He was reffing at 12 and getting paid. So the Learn to Skate program, the I program, starts up in September after the ice goes in. Again, call the rink. Go on their Yaks website. I'm sure the city of Wyandotte, you'll find that information in a lot of different places. I will say this. It's really unique, not bouncing any information off of anybody when we're here. One last thing I need to cover. Well, I don't need to cover any of it, but the 2021 News Herald girls track and field, all the high-end special girls. There were a couple of really good ones. Woodhaven, where they were undefeated, obviously, for the season. Woodhaven. And they finished 6th, though, at the D1 regionals, and they qualified for states. Allen Park was runner-up. Roosevelt was 4th at the league meet. But some girls that were outstanding, Carrington Gordon. In her first season of high school track from Lincoln Park, she earned a D1 state championship in the high jump. In fact, in every meet that she went to this year, she did not lose the high jump. She, I'm not sure how high she jumped, but she jumped higher than everybody else. That much is a given. Let's see. Peyton Scheffler of Woodhaven, Katie Dietrich of Woodhaven, Andy Fulmer of Grosse Ile. These All News Herald team. Abigail Russell of Allen Park. Aubrey Magowski of Roosevelt. There's one of our Roosevelt girls. She placed 3rd in the 1,600 meters and the 3,200 meters. And she was on the winning 4x800 relay team. So she runs the long distances. That much we do know. Stevie Pizzo of Roosevelt. She's a freshman. She made the team. Lauren Marino of Roosevelt. She was a freshman again. So the Wyandotte track team is looking good. Emily Bittner tied for 3rd in the pole vault. at the Metro Classic, which is pretty cool. She's a senior. Miranda Grant, she's a freshman. She helped Roosevelt to a relay championship in the Metro Classic. So the Roosevelt team's looking solid. Good to see. And then on the boys' side, let's see what we got here on the boys' side. We have Roosevelt being third at the league meet. Again, Woodhaven boys, Woodhaven. They won the league, and Carlson was second. Nathaniel Gonzalez of Roosevelt, he's a sophomore. He was on the second place 4x200 relay, and he was at the league meet. He was runner-up. Pretty good for him. Ethan Bro was he qualified for states this year, D1. He was a regional runner-up in the 400 meters, but at the states he finished 17th. But you know what? He's just a. Oh, it doesn't say what class he is. Interesting. Daniel Cushman. Cushman finished up his track career. He won the Metro Classic Championship in the pole vault. And he was a runner too, 4x800. He was on a third place team at the league meet. Samuel Rankine. He was a cross country kid. He was runner up in the 1600 meters. Not bad at all. In regionals, he was on the fourth place 4x400 team. One more Roosevelt, Justin Canazes. He's a sophomore, second place in the 4x200s. In the Catholic League, Gabriel Richard, we like to represent Gabriel Richard, they're local here. They were fourth place at the league meet, and at the D3 state finals, they placed 12th. Asher Cousineau, everybody knows that name in the area. And with the state championship, the D3 meet, he took first place in the 300-meter hurdles. It was nearly 2 seconds ahead of second-place finisher. Wow. Same day, he placed fourth in the 110-meter hurdles. So good for Asher, state champ. Hope he's using that speed and got himself a scholarship somewhere that's necessary. One last thing, the old Wyandotte Stars baseball. Soon to be on Wyandotte Cable on August 28th. That game will be televised. From what I understand, the games last a day and a half. You have to bring a sleeping bag and a camper, and you have to bring lights, and you have to have a lot of food and a lot of refreshments. Not really, but games are, it's where sportsmanship began. There is no cussing at these games, so I'm out. And it's a gentleman's game, but they don't use mitts, and the field doesn't have a fence, and there's really no out of bounds, and it's interesting watch. They will be, I'm going to assume they're at Pennsylvania Park over there, or are they at Pulaski, Pennsylvania? Okay, so they just pick out a spot in the field, throw some bases down, and away they go. Next week, we will have some banter. It will be today's August 1st. Don't forget, contact me at localsportswrapup@gmail.com. Hey, if you want to do the show with me, now's the perfect time to email me. Everyone else seems to have a life, and so do I. Allen Park Street Fair this weekend. Let's not forget, the 5th and the 6th. Stop by my shop, say hi. Right there on Allen Road, the same block as the Allen Park Theater. That's where I live, outside of my home. And stop by. You know, it's running 10 to 7 Friday and Saturday. No bands, just kind of like Wyandottes. But then I noticed at the Wyandotte Street Fair that even though it was supposed to close at 8 o'clock, there were so many people out in the evening that the vendors, most of them, stayed open. Those that were doing well stuck around. I did notice that. And the Stars will be playing at 28th Allen Park Street Fair, YouTube. George is supposed to be back next week, but no lie, if you really want to be a part of this and it's something you always wanted to do, give me a buzz. Message me on FaceTime. Message me. See what we can come up with. I'm Marty Chinesky, along with neither of my friends, Ken and George. We will see you next week. Local Sports Wrap-Up. Hi, Mom, and thanks for watching.